Hello, Wim. Thanks for being here and
Quite welcome.
thanks that I can interview you. I have a couple of questions. I have them on paper. My first questions for the people who see you here. Where can they know you from?
Well, they're not obligated to know me, of course. I'm an actor. I've done a lot of things for television. I started in a soap series called Thuis many years ago, in 1997, when I was 18 years old. I've been in that series. I was planned for being there for 5 months, and eventually I spent approximately 5 years or so, 5 or 6 years in the series, so it took a bit longer to get rid of me. And furthermore, I've done a lot of guest appearances in television shows, do a lot of commercials lately, because, well, it pays the bills. Theater, obviously, do other things as well as working for corporations to give training to their employees in forms of communication and assertivity, things like that. Voiceovers for cartoons, but well, then you can see me, so you won't recognize me as well.
Yeah. And the voice acting, is it more difficult than normal acting, or?
It's not more difficult. It's just different. But there's a certain quality of difficulty to it because in Belgium, when we are dubbing, it's more difficult than originally creating it, because the actors who do the original voices, they get recorded first, and only afterwards the lip sync will follow for the graphics to follow their sounds, and we have to actually aim at the movements of the cartoon. So so there's a certain quality, there's a certain factor, a difficulty factor to it. So, but it's a lot of fun. It was a dream come true the first time I did it. Because as a kid I was a huge Simpsons fan, and we were all imitating the voices on the playground, and when Aladdin came out with Robin Williams being the genie, going absolutely nuts with so many different voices, it was like, oh, one day I would be so proud if I could do it, and I do it a lot. It pays terribly, so
I've heard
the only reward is actually doing it, because it's so much fun.
Okay, and which role was your favorite? Was it a voice acting role, a role in a TV series, maybe in a commercial?
I've played Renton in the play Trainspotting. We have played it many times, played it for schools. The only down part to it was I always had to lose weight because I was playing a heroin junk, so I couldn't be like, this. And the first time I played it, it wasn't that difficult, because it was only a few years after I still played here in Duvel. So I still had a certain physique, but that's sometimes the difficulty with acting. You have to fit the part. That was one of my favorites, and the other one is a voice acting bit part. It was from Minius Snaptrap. It was this really crazy cartoon series from Nickelodeon, which explains it. And it was this this narcissistic rat with a speech impediment. So it's talking like this, And it was allergic to teeth, and it's always 100% of energy. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun recording that.
Okay. And are there any tips you want to give to young actors or people who want to start with acting? Or?
Yes, don't.
Okay.
Get a good paying job. No.
Quite forward.
By all means, if you're young, already join an amateur group in your neighborhood. Wink, wink.
Like me.
Like you, yes. Because the most important thing is mileage, experience. Just keep playing, so you can feel the wooden stage under your feet. Just just being there all the time, just knowing what it's like to be on a stage, feeling the audience. Experience does a lot.
Okay. And I know you also directed some plays and stuff. What do you like the most, directing or acting itself?
I don't have a preference. The funny thing is, when you're in a play, you don't always agree with something the director says. Like, if it would be me, I would do it like this. And if you're directing, it's a lot of fun because you can really put everything in place. But then you're like, I wouldn't play it like that. I would. So, the best thing is not to combine the two. To be honest. There are a lot of downfalls when you're directing a play and playing in that play. I know a lot of guys do it, but you kind of lose the overall picture, the big picture, when you're also on stage. Because you are not being directed by anyone else unless you're in a really good group who trust each other, which we have done also. Where we've done plays where we all were the director. You still tend to lose some things, but if you really trust each other, it could work. But it's not that that's not that easy to do it that way. But I don't have a preference. I like them both.
That's nice. You said earlier you have played some football, and I know you play football now as well for the team Komok. For some people who don't know the team of Komok, what are you doing and why are you playing football?
Well, first of all, football. Because, well, if you like football, you don't have to explain it. It all started in 1990. In the World Cup in Italy, where the Belgians were kicked out in the last dying seconds against England in the quarterfinals, and it hurt so much that moment. Then I realized I will always love football because it really hit me hard. But football, yes. Well, we don't always play football, by the way. So to explain, Komok is a group of people, artists, former football players. Celebrities who take part in games to raise money for a certain good cause. And if there isn't a good cause, if it's like, our team exists for 50 years and we're having a celebration and would like to have some celebrities playing football with us, then we have our own cause, good cause, to send money to for children with cancer, and the specific cause is the fact that there's a clinic in Leuven where some kids really actually live in the hospital. They have lived there for months and months, and there wasn't really a budget to deliver them a room or a place where the family can have family time, quality time. And that's also, the mental thing is also an important aspect. And the founder of Komok, Davino Verhulst, football player, a goalkeeper, his child was born with many illnesses and he experienced it this firsthand. So he founded Komok along with Christophe Stelin, a good friend of mine, actor. Well, I think for about 8 years now we've done several things. The first thing we did was a beach volley tournament. That was the first thing. We had a fishing day one day, some quizzes. But mainly it's football games.
I find it a really beautiful initiative for the kids, so they can have also family moments and.
Sure, and we have a lot of fun doing it. So.
Okay, thank you for this interview. I liked interviewing you.
Thank you, I aim to please.
This was my interview. Tof. Let's see you.